The next morning, the city woke up the same way it always did, impatient, loud, and tired before the day even began. But somewhere inside all that noise, Ethan felt different. He made coffee, but the taste felt heavier today, as if yesterday's moment was still sitting in his chest. As he walked to work, he found himself glancing around the streets without meaning to, noticing people he usually passed without thought. A woman carrying too many bags. A teenager shivering without a proper coat. A man arguing with himself quietly. It was as if helping Robert had opened some window in his vision, something that had always been there but never seen. By evening, Ethan walked toward the bakery corner again. He didn't know why, maybe to check, maybe to reassure himself that kindness hadn't been wasted. The spot was empty. No Robert. No sign. Just cold pavement and a faint memory of last night's footprints. He stood there for a moment, hands in his pockets, breathing out into the cold air. Was Robert okay? Had he found shelter? Had someone else helped him? Or had he just moved on to survive another night somewhere else? Ethan hoped for the best, and feared the worst. 2 days passed. Work dragged on. Life returned to its usual rhythm. But every time he walked past that bakery corner, Ethan felt that small ache, like a story left unfinished. On the third evening, he walked slower. Half expecting nothing, half hoping for something. And then he saw him. Across the street, near a bench under a flickering street lamp, Robert sat, but this time, he wasn't on the ground. He was on the bench, jacket zipped up, sitting straighter than before. His hands still trembled, but there was a calmness around him. A small paper cup of coffee sat beside him, still steaming. Ethan crossed the street. "You're okay," Ethan said softly. Robert looked up, and a tired smile touched his face, small, but real. "I'm better than I was," Robert answered. "A church shelter took me in for the last 2 nights. Not perfect, but warm. They heard my story. Someone even gave me this coffee." Ethan nodded, relief washing through him slowly. "I walked by your old spot," Ethan said. "You were gone. I thought maybe something bad happened." Robert shook his head gently. "No, something good happened. After you fed me, I felt strong enough to walk to the shelter. I've been scared to go before. But your kindness, it reminded me I still had something left." Ethan sat beside him on the bench. For a long moment, neither spoke. Sometimes silence carries more truth than words. Robert glanced at him, eyes softening. "You didn't just buy me food," he said quietly. "You helped me remember I'm still worth helping." Ethan didn't know what to say. He just looked at the man beside him, a man who had been invisible to the world, now slowly returning to it. Robert took a slow breath. "I want to try," he said. "Try to get work again, even small stuff. I know I'm old. I know I'm not strong like before. But I can still do something. Fix small things. Carry boxes. Sweep. Anything. I don't want to stay like this forever." Ethan felt something warm rise inside him, not pride, not pity. "Just respect. You will," he said softly. "You just needed a start." The street lamp buzzed faintly above them. The night air was cold but less cruel than before. Robert looked ahead, as if imagining a future he had stopped believing in. After a while, Ethan reached into his pocket and took out a folded card, the business card of a small warehouse near his office. They were always short on help. The work wasn't easy, but it was honest and decent. He handed it to Robert. "Go there tomorrow. Tell them Ethan sent you. They won't give you trouble." Robert took the card as if it was something delicate, something fragile. His fingers shook slightly, not from cold this time, but from emotion. "I don't know how to thank you," Robert whispered. "You already did," Ethan replied. "By not giving up." They stood. Robert adjusted his jacket. Ethan put his hands back in his pockets. 2 lives, different and distant, now tied by one quiet moment of kindness. As Ethan walked away, Robert called out softly, "Ethan, I'll make you proud." Ethan turned, gave a small smile, and nodded once. That night, as Ethan headed home, the city looked the same lights, same roads, same people rushing by, but something inside him had shifted forever. He realized that the world doesn't change in big dramatic ways. It changes in small moments, small choices, small kindnesses. And somewhere behind him, an old man named Robert sat under a street lamp, holding a business card like a key to a door he thought had been locked forever, ready to take the first step toward a life he thought he'd lost. Kindness doesn't end where you give it. Sometimes, it begins there.